how to create a process chain, right? So now, today what I'll do, I'll schedule it and I'll start showing you how to monitor it, okay? How to schedule your process chain and how to monitor it. So I just created a process chain yesterday and I have activated it. This is what is the process chain yesterday I have created and I have activated it and I have not yet scheduled it. First I'll show you how to monitor, then I'll schedule, then you can see the monitor. So whenever you want to monitor your process chain, so basically you say like this, your process chain has two views. Process chain has, one is called maintenance view, then second one is called log view. Okay, maintenance view is where you can create or remove a process or add a process, where you can maintain your process, where you can maintain your process chain. Log view is where you can monitor what? Process chain. So right now I need to go to log view of my, right now you are in which view? Maintenance view. Right now I need to go to log view of my process chain. So in order to go to the log view, what is there here? There is something called as, so just click on that, or you can select here. What is it? Log view. If you select it, it will take you to, if I select log view here, it will take me to log view of the process chain. But suppose you have given, let us say, every day to monitor 100 process chains. Can I open each process chain and can I go to log view of my process chain? Is it possible? Is it recommended? So that's why, so generally you will not go to log view from here. So what I'll do, to monitor your process chains, okay, to monitor process chains, you have to go with T code called, okay, what is the T code you have to use is? RSPCM. The T code you have to use is RSPCM. That RSPCM is your process chain monitoring. To monitor your process chains, first what you have to do, you have to add your chain. Like suppose you have given some 50 chains responsibility, you have to go there and you have to add your chains, one-time task. So what is my chain name? YPC underscore sales, something I have taken right yesterday. This is my chain YPC underscore sales. Continue. Now can you observe now? So like this, sir. You have some status, can you see here? Date, time, the process chain name and the log ID. Okay? So now, if you can observe here, there are three statuses, right? Different process chains has different. One is like yellow, other one is red, other one is, so like that. So you had all your process chains, whatever you want here. So once you add them, you can see here, by seeing the status you can observe whether it is process chain is successfully running or. So right now what is that? Yellow. And what is there here? Log ID is right now empty, means it has not yet been scheduled. Like that you add your chains, just open your RSPCM and you can keep on monitoring. If it is coming as yellow, means your chain is processing, still it is running. If it comes as red, your chain has failed. If it comes as green, your chain is successful. If it is green or yellow, no problem. But if it is red, you have to focus on that particular chain and you have to resolve that particular error. Suppose if any error comes, as I said, what you have to do? You will be maintaining your work history. This chain, this time, this date has failed due to this particular reason. Suppose if it is success, For that also you have to maintain a work history like that. Okay. So now I'll schedule it. So just observe now. We have activated this process chain, and what I am doing now? We are scheduling it. So once you schedule, just observe what happens. Your chain is activated as well as scheduled. So your chain is activated and scheduled. Now go and look at your monitor now. Right now what is that? Can you see a log ID is coming? That means your chain is scheduled. So now you want to put a log view of this. Just click on this anywhere. Click on this anywhere. What's going to happen now? Process chain display. Now you can see what is that? Start. The green means this process is successfully done. Right now what is happening? Info package is running now. See, hello. So info package is successful now. Your first GTP is running. Yes, refresh. So you can observe right now DTP1 is running. Okay, DTP is triggering now. So meanwhile you can observe here, see the log view, it's all yellow. So here you can refresh here itself until it comes to green or red. So now, or you can go click on that log view. You can monitor now DTP is done. Now what is happening? Activating the data in your DSO. So right now activation of data in DSO is running. Then what is happening now? DTP is still scheduled. And on this cube I was not having any aggregate. So just observe what happens. Your rollup will fail because there is no aggregate created on this particular info cube. See, observe. So now what happened here? DTP is success. Then what is that? While rollup, your process has been failed. So if it failed, will it take you to the next process? What I said, if rollup is successful, then only you have to do the compression, right? So now your chain is stopped there itself or not? And go and look at your view now. YP monitor it, and you have to ensure that your load is successful. So now, see now, error handling of your process chain. How do you error handle? Okay, any error in your process chain is categorized into two categories. Error handling is categorized into. So one is loading error. So first one is loading error, and second one is other than loading error. Okay, loading error means error occurred at your at what? Or if your info package or DTP is failing, right? That's nothing but a loading error. So if any other thing except info package and DTP, if any load fails, that is nothing but your other than loading error. So right now what are you seeing is right now you're seeing is what type of error now? Because failure. Roll up. This is now other than loading error. But suppose if info package or DTP is failed, that's nothing but your loading error. So now, if loading error comes, how do you rectify it? Okay, how to rectify the loading error? So when loading error comes, first what you have to do, you have to rectify your load manually. Rectify your load error. So I've shown you, right? So if any error is coming, data was going into your error stack. Go there, rectify it, and trigger your error DTP. So which extracts your data from error stack to target. So if you get a loading error, so first what you have to do. So now right now you're in log view, right? So any error handling, remember you always do it from log view. Error handling will always be done in your So in your log view, suppose imagine info package failed. Double click on this. Then go to process monitor. So can you see this is what we are seeing when data was requested as coming. I went to monitor. Same thing. Same way for DTP also, if you can double click. Then go to process monitor. So then you can see if error is there, where it will go. It was going to your error stack. So right now there is no error. So what I was doing, I was rectifying the data in my error stack, and I'll trigger a error DTP. So what happens? Your data will be getting updated into your target. So what you have to do? You have to rectify your error manually. How to rectify manually? We have already discussed. Now once you rectify the error manually, but what happens? Suppose this info package or this DTP is failed. What is going to happen now? Your process has failed. You rectified it manually, but will your change start further? Will your change start further? No, right? Why? Because it was being rectified manually and the status was taken as red. So what you have to do now, you have to start your chain from where it has stopped. So now what you have to do? After rectifying the error, what you have to do? You have to start the process chain from where it has stopped. So how do you do this? Is first what you have to do? Okay. So select the process. Select your process which has where error occurred. Just select your process where your error occurred. Then you can context menu. Then you can say display messages. Or you can right click display. Anything is one and the same, okay? So this is my process chain. Double click on this. Okay, double click. Or what is that now? This is the one. Right click. Display messages. Okay. Same thing is coming. Double click also same thing. Then go to chain tab. Go to chain tab. In the chain tab, you have to note the values of variant and what? Instance. But in the chain tab, you note the values of what? Variant and what? Instance. So note down these values. Now what you have to do, you have to specify the system that at this particular variant and instance, your process is successful. That's nothing but your chain will start from further. For that you have to write some ABAP code. But this is a logic which has to be carried out over a period of time. That's why it has been made as one inbuilt functional module. You need not write your code, a reusable code I said. So I have an inbuilt functional module available. So go with a T code called SE37. So now what you are doing? So after calculating the right. So go to what? T code, what is that? Functional module is SE37. So there is one inbuilt functional module called RSPC underscore process underscore finish. The functional module name is what? RSPC. This is an inbuilt functional module. Give that functional module name and execute it. With a real time, you may not come with SE37. You may be given some personalized T code which will be created by the ABAP consultant. So if you open that personalized T code directly, you come to this particular screen. So it is asking, what is that to give the log ID? What is your log ID? What is the log ID? This is your log ID, CSR3 something is there. So just copy this particular log ID, Control C. Okay, give that particular log ID there, paste it. Now I am saying for this particular load of my process chain, and what is the chain name? Then what is the type of process that has failed? Loading. So then it is asking to give what? Variant and. So you copied the variant and instance here. So I just copied my variant and instance here. This is the one, suppose it has failed. So copy this particular variant. And what is that? Instance. This is your instance. And state is, under state, give G. G means green. Okay, G means what? Now what I am doing here, what I am saying, for this particular load of this particular process chain, at this particular variant and instance, I am forcibly specifying the system that the status is what? Green. And what I have to click on? Execute. So once I execute, what happens? Your chain will start further. Clear now? Right? So like that. So if any loading error comes, first rectify that particular error manually, then go with the functional module and specify the parameters and you can start executing it. So then from where the chain has stopped, from there it will start scheduling again. Clear? Then other than loading error, so when I speak about other than loading error mainly occurs due to lock issues. Due to what? So now when two processes collide each other, that's nothing but what? A lock issue. Right? So basically it's mainly due to, if you get a lock issue, you have to wait for some time until the lock is resolved. Or you can observe the error exactly from, double click on this. What it is saying now, observe, roll up is not possible, field aggregates do not exist. Say what exactly error, can you understand? So same way it will give lock issue is there, it says process has been locked. You have to wait until for some time if it is a lock issue. But right now you understand roll up is not possible because you don't have a field aggregate. So now what you can do, so just go back and you can create a aggregate on that. So go back to your cube. What is it now? YC underscore. This is my particular cube. So on this cube, what I am doing, I am trying to create one. I am trying to maintain it. Aggregate. So just drag and drop to that aggregate here. Then select it. Start. Okay. So it's done now. Roll up is finished. Initial fill is done. So now what I can do? So I can go to my process chain. If it is other than loading error, very simple. What you can do, you can just directly right click on that. You will get an option called repeat. Just click on repeat. In how many seconds you want to repeat, you can give it. I want immediate. So your job again has started. What is that now? Roll up is again started. Then finally, it is compressing, right? So compression is also done. So just go back and check your chain now. So your status has been converted into negative. So you can start working with monitoring of your process chains. Yes. Any doubts in this part? Tell me. Tell me. Hmm. Hmm. You can insert your ABAP program is there, right? In process chain. So there is a process called ABAP program. So you can go with RSPCM. You can monitor from there directly. RSPCM. Just now I shown you, right? That for that and all, I think customized code will be developed. Table name. See, what is that? See, table name starts with RSPC. RSPC alert categories. Okay, RSPC buffer, RSPC monitor, RSPC underscore monitor is your table. See, monitor individual process chains. Can you see the table names? 33 hits are there totally. Okay. Yes. Everything will be there. Okay? Yeah, okay. Yeah, no? So that is, so anyhow I'll give you the documents, clear documents what I said. So it has total error solutions. So you have to go through that document. That is what is very, very important. Okay, so go through that, understand the type of error and how to resolve that particular error. Okay, along with the screenshots it has. Okay, I'll send you today what is it. One is related to support project, that is monitoring your process chains and how to resolve your errors, and related to your implementation along with your scenarios. Okay, so just what you can do, everyone just send me a text mail. Okay, I'll forward it to your email ID. So that is related to your process chain. Then what I said yesterday, I will left with some performance tuning to small concepts I said, right? So now under this, okay, let me come back to my performance tuning part. Under this, the first one is like what is a small concept as I said is one is OLAP cache. OLAP. So now even your normal system also has a cache memory. What is the use of your cache memory? It's just like a buffer, right? Suppose if you open some file, it reads from your hard disk, it will maintain a cache memory and it will show in the front end. Now close the file and try to open it immediately second time. What happens? When I open it immediately for the second time, it will be faster when compared to first time or not? Because it is second time it is fetching from your cache memory, not from your hard disk. Same way, what are the query that I designed? What are the query we designed? We will ensure that its output is maintained in a cache memory. Its output is maintained in your cache memory. So now, what is that? So when end user executes your query, actually what I am saying, it's reading from your database, processing and showing in the output. If you have a cache memory, what happens? Directly, output will be fetched from your cache memory itself. Output will be fetched from your. So what happens? Suppose user says you want a report at 10 o'clock. In the background, you schedule letters, the query directly fetches from your. So how is the sequence? First it fetches from your cache memory. If cache memory is not there, then it will go to aggregate. If aggregate is not there, it will go to your main queue. So now, but what is the thing you have to ensure is, what is the query that you have designed? For that it maintains one cache memory. So for that, you can go with a T code called RSRT. What the T code is? So RSRT is a T code. This is for your query related settings. Any settings you want to do related to your query, or you want to see the SQL statement generated by your query, or you want to change some settings or something, anything related to the query where you can do it from RSRT. If you want, you can generate your report from here also. RSRT is asking to give the query name, then search for your query name. Okay, suppose this was my query. So once you give the query name, so you can see various options are there. You can execute your query from here, or you can generate the report, alright, or you can see what is it? Properties. Now properties, what is there here? Cache mode. Main memory cache. That means cache is on. What is telling? Without swapping. So without swapping means what? So cache memory has suppose position 1, position 2, position 3 like that. So now for every query it will maintain one position. Right now what I am saying, without swapping means? Without swapping means the last executed query will be in your first position. Suppose I am executing a query at 9 o'clock. That is in position 1. Imagine I am executing a query at 9:05. That will be sit in your second position. 9:10, third position. Like that. Without swapping. Swapping means the position will not be swapped. And you have, with swapping is available, main memory cache with. So what happens here? The latest executed query will be in the first position. Or if you can see, cache is inactive. That means it will not maintain any cache memory for this particular query. But right now you can see that already maintained. This is set by default. You do not worry about that. But if you want to do some changes, you can do come on from here. And there is one small checkbox. What is that? Update cache objects in Delta. That means whenever I load data to my cube, Delta update, whether this data has to be updated into cache memory or not. So if you select this, even that particular data is also updated into your right cache memory. Understand now? So like that, you can maintain some setting related to your cache memory. And the sixth concept was OLAP cache. Very simple, but just only you have to ensure is whether it maintains your cache memory or not. And find last one is called BI accelerator index. Okay, BI accelerator index is a different hardware. This BI accelerator index is a different hardware. Hardware means again you have to buy it separately. It will not come with BI. It's one more you have to buy separately, and it is integrated with your BI. So this hardware is built up with what? Something called blade servers. Okay, this is provided by, you have to buy this hardware from IBM or HP. Okay, two installations you have to do. One is hardware installation, that is you call it as a blade server, and for this software is called Trex algorithm. What is it now? Trex algorithm. So Trex algorithm is a search engine. So Trex algorithm is a, so even your Google search engine is also your Trex algorithm. So two installations, one is hardware installation and other one is software installation you have to perform. So how is that exactly it works is like, you know, okay, let us say this is my cube. Let us say this is my BI system, and this is my BI accelerator, right? This is my BI system, and this is my BI accelerator system. And let us say in BI system my data is stored in the form of a cube, right? So when on this cube, whenever I create a BI accelerator index, what happens? Whenever we create a BI accelerator index, what happens? What are the data that is there inside your cube? What are the data that is there inside your cube will be maintained in your, will be stored in your BI accelerator system in the form of highly compressed files. Earlier I discussed a compression that is called like vertical compression. Record by record you compressed. But this compression is like horizontal compression. Just like zipping. How you zip your files. The same way, the data will be stored from BI system into BI accelerator system in the form of highly compressed files. So whenever I execute a query, what happens? Okay, when we create BIA, when you create BI accelerator index, okay, what are the data that is? Okay, what is the data that is? Right, data will be data in BI system. BI system will be stored into what? Into BI accelerator index in the form of what? Highly compressed files. And when I execute a query, okay, when you execute a query, what happens? Right, when I execute a query, it fetches you from your right BI system. So now when I execute a query, system itself will create something called fly time aggregates. Runtime it will create your aggregates for your BI system. It will create its own aggregates, and you have highly compressed files. Right? And what is that other part? One is fly time aggregate, then highly compressed files, then you have something search engine is there. Now due to these factors, okay, the query will be executed. The query will be executed 10 to 100 times faster. So what are the query that you execute? It can be executed now 10 to 100 times faster. Understand now? So using BIA, what is that now? Suppose if you are without BIA, if your query was executing in 10 minutes, if I use BIA, it will be executed in 1 minute. It's not mandatory. It's again up to the client to buy it or not. So it's a separate hardware. You have to buy it separately, which will not be coming with your BI system. Right? So again, now suppose this was your cube. On this you want to create a BI accelerator index. The same thing. Right click on this particular cube. Maintain a BI accelerator. But I cannot create here because I don't have that particular hardware installed for us. So, do you want to create a BIA now? You can click on continue, but you will get an error. Okay? So now same thing. Again, whenever I load data to the cube, to send your data to your BIA system, you have to perform roll-up. Now when you do roll-up, it will fill your aggregate as well as your BIA system also. Clear? Right. So like now see now what is the subsequence of your query? First, when you execute a query, it searches for your cache memory. If cache memory is not there, then it will go to BI accelerator index. If it is not there, then it will go to aggregate. If that is not there, it will go to your main queue. Clear now how your query searching sequence is clear now? Right? So okay, with this, okay, we are